guys, I'm sitting out here in the back of my truck and I was going to talk to you about this PVC rod holder that I actually made myself sometime last year. It's probably been about a year and a half, because I didn't have but maybe 2 bait casters at the time, so I didn't even have enough rods to fill this thing up. It holds 3, 6, 10 rods. Didn't even have enough to fill it up. Now, obviously I have more than enough, but I'm going to show you my rod and reel holder that I have as of right now that needs to get bigger. So this is my PVC 10 rod holder. As you can see, it holds spinning rods and bait casters just fine. What I did was I took 1 inch PVC, so all this is 1 inch. All that's 1 inch PVC. Those are the T's. It's just made with 1 inch PVC and T's. What I did was, it was kind of a trial by error. I knew how long I wanted these. These are about 6 inches long. So I kind of made sure there was enough space between where if you put 2 rods right beside each other, they would not even come close to touching. So there's plenty of space between them, so none of them touch, but it didn't take up a ton of room. I'm doing this in the back of my truck so you can see about the size it is, and it'll show up because the back of my truck is black, obviously. But you can adjust these sides, like they're not fixed. You can make yours fixed, but I didn't glue them together, just so if I wanted to make these sides, make it more compact, I could, or if I had room, I could spread it out. Now you could always add to the front or the back. That's why I left these open. So I could add another piece and add a whole nother section and put 3 more rods on here. I could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more rods onto this one. So I could just make it 3 deep. Or I could make another one of these and just sit it beside that one. Obviously this goes in my building, but I wanted you guys to be able to see it really well. That's why it's in the back of my truck. All it is 1 inch PVC and T's. That is all it is. All the way around, that's all it is. Very easy to make. If you have a PVC cutter, that makes it really easy to make. This was actually before I got a PVC cutter, so I made this using a jigsaw. So I would take my jigsaw and cut the pieces. That's exactly what it looks like. It holds 10 rods and reels. You can make it as big or as small as you need it. You could make it half that size. You can make it double that size, however many you need. It's never going to rust. It's never going to wear. It's always going to be sturdy. So that's why I like using PVC with a lot of stuff I make. So, I like it. I need to make a bigger one or make another one because I can't hold all my rods anymore. But that'll be easy to do. I can add on. All I have to do is either put another row on front or back. I can just make another one of these, so I have 2 separate ones for maybe have one for my bait casters, one for my spinning reels. You could put one of these, mount one of these in the back of your truck, on your boat. You could mount it on the wall if you wanted to. You probably want to do just one straight. Maybe if you had a long straight wall, you could just do one section of it. There are so many options you can do with PVC. It's great because you can cut it the length you want it to. It's very easy to cut if you get a PVC cutter. Hold on and I'll go get mine so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the kind of PVC cutter I have. All you do is squeeze it, put your PVC in there and squeeze it. And as it gets tighter, it cuts it. That's all there's to it. It costs about $10 at Lowe's. So by the time you pay for one of these, I've gotten so much use out of this and the different things I've made between the dog beds, this, I've made so much stuff. My kayak carts, my seat for kayak. I've made so much stuff it's paid for itself because, yeah, you can cut this with a jigsaw, but it's just easier to cut with one of these because all you do is you put the piece of PVC in there and you just clamp it down and it cuts. That's all you gotta do. That makes it quick so you can make a cut. See if it's the length you want it. If it's not, cut it again. Cut another piece. You can build this. Once you decide what dimensions you want, you could build this in 30 minutes. It takes absolutely no time. None of mine are fixed. So if I wanted to make these, lean these down, I could. I just didn't fix them because I didn't want to. I didn't want to make them fixed where they had to stay in the same place. Usually I keep them pointed straight up. But if I didn't want to, if I wanted to point it out, I could point them out. Also, if you have longer handled rods like a saltwater rod, you could use these, but you would want to make this longer. See how my handles are sticking out on most of them? The shorter ones obviously fit in there pretty good. It goes right up to that one. Okay? But my longer ones, they stick out a little bit, which is no problem. It doesn't mess them up or anything. I really like this. I don't have to worry about it rotting if it gets wet. Or if I put a rod or reel in here wet, I don't have to worry about anything. So I really like it. You can paint it if you wanted to. You could do pretty much anything you wanted to it to make it your own. Like I said, you could paint it. You could paint each one of these different color and have them color coded for your rods if you wanted to, if you're that OCD about it. I mean, some people like to just keep their stuff organized. Me, I just put them in there. I do want to make another one. One for my spinning rods, one for my bait casters, because I do have some of each. So my goal is to make another one. You could do, instead of holding 10, you could do one that holds 20. I'm going to do 2 separate ones for my rods just because I want to separate the bait casters and the spinning rods. But you wouldn't have to. You could just make it double this length if you wanted to. You could always, if you wanted to, add a middle row. I didn't want to. I didn't want it to be too jumbled up when I was pulling them out. I didn't want them to get tangled up. I want to have plenty of space because I have plenty of room in my building. So you can make this however you want to. Like I said, these are 6 inches. These are about 4 inches, give or take. Make them as long or as short as you want to. That's the good thing about this is you can't mess it up. You can't mess this up. All it is PVC. And you don't have to get the thick stuff. You can get this thin stuff. That's the schedule. It's a schedule 40, but it's a lower PSI. The thicker stuff is a higher PSI, which if you were using this for a seat or whatever, yeah, you would want the thicker PSI one. But with this, you can get the thin stuff. It's really cheap. So I probably have between, the tees cost more than the PVC itself. I can buy a 10-foot length of 1-inch PVC for the price of 2 of the tees. So the tees are what cost the most, but they're only like $1.50 each maybe. So I probably have $15 in it. And it holds 10 rods. I don't ever have to worry about anything happening to it as far as if it broke. Like if, let's just say for whatever reason, I stepped on it and broke this. All I would need is one of these 4 to 6 inch piece of PVC to replace that with. I don't have to replace the whole thing. So that's the good part about it. I like it. Does what I need it to. I can expand on it if I want to. Make another one. Whatever. So I just wanted to show you guys that you can do some pretty good things with PVC, and it's affordable. This is very affordable. Even if you're on a budget, this would be great. This would be a great summer project. This would be a great rainy day project. You can use this in your house. It's not a power tool, so you can do this in your house. So this would be a great rainy day project where you can get, if you, let's just say you have a fishing room or your basement is full of your fishing stuff, this will get your rods and reels out the corner where you pick them up and they're all tangled together. Right here, there's no way these can get tangled together. There's just no way they're going to get tangled together. So to me, it's a good option. Saves space. You could throw this in the corner of the room and hold 10 rods without having to worry about them getting all hung up together. Some of mine have rod holders on them, or rod gloves, whatever you want to call them. Some don't. You wouldn't, with this, you don't have to put rod gloves on them. because you don't have to worry about them getting hung up. Okay? But if you wanted to store them with the holders on them, that way all you have to do is pull it out and say, okay, I want to use this one today. Take that with you. You're ready to go. So, like and subscribe if you like my video. Trying to give you guys some very cheap options, affordable ways to make your fishing space look better, especially if you live at home with your parents. Maybe they talk to you all the time, man, why is your fishing stuff everywhere? Make one of these and get your stuff off the floor. You could always put a bag in between. You could put your tackle box in there. You could make this wide enough to fit your tackle box right in between your rods and reels. That way you don't have a lot of stuff just sitting around. Endless possibilities with PVC. So guys, get out and make something cheap. Get your stuff organized. That way all your stuff's together in one spot. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Continue to be awesome. You guys are so awesome. If you want to send me something, email me. My email is in the description. If you want to mail me something, I'll give you my mailing address. It can be whatever you want it to be. Lures. If you want me to try something, you want to challenge me to catch something on a saltwater lure, I'm all for it. I will always give you a shout out. I will open it right there on camera, so please don't send me something that's going to kill me or blow me up. Okay? Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Go out, make yourself a rod holder, decorate it. Have a great afternoon.